Are you unsure which cryptocurrencies to invest in? I've been asked by a lot of people over the years which cryptocurrencies I recommend. So in this video, I'm going to go over my top 3 cryptocurrencies that you should invest in right now. Let's get right into it. What's up, fellow nerds? Matt James here. If you like investing in technology like I do, definitely hit that subscribe button and notification bell below so you don't miss out on anything in the future. So there are literally thousands of cryptocurrencies out there, so it can be pretty overwhelming for someone who's new to the crypto space. It can feel like an impossible task to go through all of the cryptocurrencies and try to find out which ones to invest in. So that's where I come in to help. So there's 2 main factors that I look at when looking at cryptocurrencies to invest in. Number 1, riskiness. Number 2, potential for growth. So to evaluate riskiness, you want to ask yourself a few questions such as, how long has the cryptocurrency been around? Is the project tried and tested over many years? And is the team behind the coin a reputable one? So to evaluate growth potential, you want to look at the market cap compared to other coins and how big it is. You also want to ask yourself, how likely are people to use this coin in the future, and how big is the use case for this coin in real life? So with riskiness and growth potential in mind, here are my top 3 cryptocurrencies that I recommend to invest in for the long term. Starting with number 3, Monero. So Monero is what's called a privacy coin. It's currently the most popular privacy coin by market cap, and it's also one of the oldest. It was started back in April 2014. It has been tried and tested for years. It's constantly being improved, and it's also being used every day between individuals in real-life transactions. So you may be asking,
wait, Matt, what's a privacy coin?
So let me start off by showing you these powerful statements. This was taken from the official case documents used when a popular darknet website called Alpha Bay, which was used to buy and sell illegal goods online, was taken down by the government, and the creator, whose name was Kaza, was also jailed by law enforcement. So it states right here, in total, from Kaza's wallets and computer, agents took control of approximately $8,800,000 in Bitcoin, Ethereum, Monero, and Zcash, broken down as follows: 1,605 Bitcoin, 8,309 Ethereum, 3,691 Zcash, and an unknown amount of Monero. Did you get that? An unknown amount of Monero. And this is on an official document used to prosecute Kaza and put him in jail. And this is huge in my opinion. Go ahead and hit that like button if you agree and show your support. So as you can see, privacy coins are coins whose main purpose is true anonymity. And how does Monero achieve this? Well, here's a brief explanation of the tech behind Monero. So Monero uniquely uses 3 ingenious pieces of cryptography to block every single aspect of the transaction: ring signatures, confidential addresses, and confidential transactions. On the other hand, with Bitcoin, all transactions are publicly viewable on the blockchain. Although Bitcoin doesn't directly reveal the identity of everybody using it, but instead it just shows Bitcoin addresses, which are just long strings of alphanumeric characters. It does technically give the ability to potentially tie Bitcoin addresses to people, especially if that address was posted somewhere online by that individual. So you may be asking,
but why, Matt? Why is privacy so important if I have nothing to hide?
Well, in my opinion, the whole intent of a cryptocurrency is to give power to the people and allow them to have true autonomy. And to do this, you must have real privacy. And it doesn't matter if you have nothing to hide, most of us don't. Here's a few examples of why privacy is just so important. So suppose you live in a very corrupt dictatorship where everything you do is meticulously tracked and stored in a database about you. Some would argue that we're inching closer and closer to this in the United States by the day. By using a privacy coin, the people would be protected, and the amount of power that would be held by a few would be severely limited. Another example is companies running price discrimination algorithms. If your funds are publicly displayed, this can result in the customer being charged an unfair amount. With a privacy coin like Monero, you can shield your transaction details and spending habits from algorithms like this. A third example is, let's say you're running a business and you work with a supplier whose name is Joe. If you use a single Bitcoin address to pay Joe, Joe can see how much funds you have and demand higher prices from you. This can also put you at a disadvantage in future negotiations with Joe. And my last example is, let's say you own a company and you sell a product to an individual who just happens to be a criminal, and this criminal stole Bitcoins from an exchange. If Bitcoin is used for this transaction and not a privacy coin, the Bitcoin would be publicly shown on the blockchain, and that Bitcoin would be effectively tainted. You would then appear to be related to that tainted Bitcoin and can then be unfairly prosecuted. So as you can see from those 4 examples, privacy is extremely important even if you have nothing to hide, and Monero is currently the best way of achieving this in my opinion. And that's why Monero comes in at number 3 in my top 3 cryptocurrencies you should invest in. Number 2, Ethereum. So Ethereum is currently the second most popular cryptocurrency by market cap, and it serves a very different purpose than Bitcoin does. Its use case is not primarily to be used as a peer-to-peer currency like Bitcoin is. Instead, Ethereum's purpose is to be used as a platform for others to use smart contracts to build what's called decentralized applications, or dApps for short, with a variety of different use cases. So Ethereum was founded by a guy named Vitalik when he was only 19 years old. Take a look at these short clips showing Vitalik talking about his vision for Ethereum.
The core idea behind Ethereum is, you can have a general purpose blockchain. We can have a blockchain where instead of the blockchain working like a Swiss Army knife where you have, 5 different tools for 5 different categories of applications, you have a blockchain that understands a general purpose programming language. So, kind of like your phone, in your phone you have Android or, iOS. And inside of Android or inside of iOS, you can have apps. The apps are written in, whatever programming language they're written in. Anyone can create an app, anyone can download an app and run it. So that was the kind of general purpose flexibility I was trying to bring to the blockchain.
So Ethereum currently has hundreds of thousands of cryptocurrencies built off of it, many of which are in the top 100. So here's a few tokens that were built off the Ethereum blockchain. This is Basic Attention Token, and it seeks to address fraud in the digital advertising market. The token aims to correctly price user attention within the platform. Advertisers pay in Basic Attention Token to website publishers for the attention of users. The ecosystem includes Brave, which is an open source privacy-centered browser designated to block trackers and malware. It leverages blockchain technology to anonymously and track user attention securely and rewards publishers accordingly. This project is called Golem, which is essentially a decentralized supercomputer that anyone in the world can access. The power of Golem results from the combined energy of all the computers that power it. And because of this immense computational power, users can rent out their computing power to other users, which means that a network can essentially create a global market for computing power. And lastly, this project is called ChainLink, which recently blew up and is in the top 5 cryptocurrencies. ChainLink is a decentralized Oracle network which aims to connect smart contracts with data from the real world. So as you can see, there's plenty of real-world applications for the blockchain, and Ethereum is the top platform to be used for decentralized apps. And this is why this comes in at number 2 on my top 3 cryptocurrencies to invest in. And my number 1 cryptocurrency to invest in, you guessed it, Bitcoin. Bitcoin is the very first cryptocurrency and was started way back in January 2009. It's truly been tried and tested over many years to be used as a peer-to-peer digital currency. And this is considered to be the safest cryptocurrency to invest in because of this. So unlike US dollars, there's no central authority governing Bitcoin. Instead, Bitcoin operates on a peer-to-peer network in which individuals can send money worldwide without any middleman. This is the idea that started it all. So there it is. Those are my top 3 cryptocurrencies to invest in: Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Monero. And if you learned anything from this video, please consider subscribing because I'm going to be posting a lot of content like this in the future on my channel. And by subscribing, you'll ensure that you won't miss out on any of my content that I post. So now I want to hear from you. What are your top 3 cryptocurrencies to invest in? Let me know in the comments below. Thanks for watching.